Good morning, afternoon, or night, you beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel to another episode of Pupp's GoTWiC Guides for Dummies. I know it's been a while since I've posted. I've been caught up in a different game, if you have seen on the channel, called Game of Thrones King's Road. Yes, it's also Game of Thrones themed, but enough of that. Let's go ahead and move into the topic of today's video, and that is going to be scout reports and the different types, along with everything you need to know about them. Now, I will say all of this is going to be assuming that you have maxed out your rookery and your scouting in the Sept of the Seven. But the first one we're going to cover is rebel camp reports. These are pretty self-explanatory, but if you did not know, I will go ahead and inform you. When you scout a rebel camp, you're going to see this box here. This is the spoils that you will get when you defeat the rebel camp. These have to be rallied. If you hover over that, you'll see the level of the box, the spoils chests, and down below there'll be a time limit. That is how long at a base that it takes to unlock this chest. I don't know who the hell is taking 12 hours to work a key into this slot, but whoever it is needs a lot of help. This can be shortened with research and now helps from other Alliance members, so keep that in mind. It will not necessarily be the 12 hours, but it might at a base for you, just depends. Scrolling down just a little bit, you'll see there are going to be 5 commanders. These are of no real consequence. They don't really matter at all, as far as I can tell. But if you've got maxed out scouting, you're going to see these defense enhancements, and these are going to be the stats you look for when you're trying to beat a rebel camp. Obviously 380 totals. This is going to be a level 5 rebel camp. Most of them, I think the ceiling is like 400 something. Yeah, there's 410 for a level 24 chest. I think 25 can be higher, just kind of depends. Each of them are going to be different. The next thing, as you're scrolling down, are going to be the troops. You'll see also fortifications. In my opinion, these are not going to matter at all. But looking down, you'll see the defensive army. Most level 5s are going to have 2 to 3 million-ish troops inside. Anywhere from a full mix to a double, all the way down to a single troop type. And then the final thing to look at for rebel camps is going to be the wall defense, which once again also does not matter, at least once you've reached a high enough level to basically hit these in rebel gear. I am still waiting for the devs to drop maybe level 6, 7, or 8, hell, all the way up to 10 if you would, of these camps. That would be kind of cool. As is, you can basically, once you've hit a certain point, defeat these in rebel gear. One thing to note when scouting is there will be a cost to scouting. Level 5 rebel camps are going to be 5,500 gold. That is a very minute, small, almost non-existent cost, at least for an account like mine or later on accounts. Even new accounts, 5,500 gold is really not all that much. So it is pretty much negligible. The cost goes down for the rebel camps. For example, a level 1 rebel camp is going to be 1,500 gold. So just something to keep in mind, especially if you're bottom of the barrel gold and have literally no gold, you will not be able to scout. Another thing associated to that cost, anytime you scout a PvP enemy, it's going to be that 5,500 gold, so they are treated like a level 5 rebel camp. Now, I will mention when scouting, you will see a message like this pop up if you have a truce shield on, and that is going to be the warning that you're about to go into fervor. The time limit will change, just kind of depends on what rank you are and everything like that. There are many things that go into this, but when you do scout, you will pop into fervor, so just keep that in mind. It is just like an attack. Once you have acquired your scout report, the very first things you're going to see are the Lord's name and location over here on the left. This is going to be a farm account, so it's not going to be very impressive, but it will get the job done for our purposes today. The next thing you'll see is this resource statistics here. This is going to be all the available resources that can be stolen from the enemy. Currently, you cannot steal Valyrian steel. It's just one of those items that if you have some, you will hold on to it. This guy's showing 0, but even if it was 1 million, 2 million, however much he has, it cannot be stolen. The next thing you'll see is this commanders here. This, unlike the rebel camps, is highly important. You'll want to take a very close look at this and make sure you're not running yourself into a full synergy where you will get your little booty handed to you. This one, like I said, is just a farm, so nothing too impressive here, but definitely something to look at. If you've seen any of my other videos, I'll try to link maybe one up here in the top. I've got one for bleed, weakness, and the female synergy, so definitely something to go check out if you have not already. The next thing on a scout report you'll want to pay attention to is this defense enhancement here. Currently there are only 2 stats that will be shown: total attack and defense. As you can see, they are relatively low for this farm account, but these are also important to pay attention to, as if the total attack is rather high, you could be looking at a rather beefy account when it comes to PvP. But yeah, I highly recommend paying attention to those first 2 stats. The next section is fortifications. Currently in the game, there are not a lot of importance placed on these. Every one of these is just almost negligible. I will not say they have no effect, because they do have some, but it is such a small effect that it doesn't really matter too much. Scrolling down, the very next section is going to be this defensive army here. This green number up at the top is the total number of troops that this account is defending with. If you've watched my bow video, we'll also try to link it here. You will note that each account can defend with a different number of troops to a max. I don't really know the full max of the game. I have seen stuff as high as 28 million troops to defend with. This one currently only has 2.7 million troops inside. But then scrolling down, once again, this is assuming that you are maxed on your scouting. You will see each individual troop type that they're defending with, as well as the number of that troop type over here off to the right in red. Now, to give you a better idea of the next box in our list, I went ahead and switched to yet another farm, but this is going to be the reinforcements tab here. This is going to show the number of reinforcements in green. This is the total amount of troops that have been sent by an ally. And then right below that, it will give you the type, the number of each on the right over here, and that's all of the troops. And once again, this is if you are maxed out on your scouting. Right below that, it will show you which account, which ally is reinforcing them. In this case, it's Baby Groot. That is yet another farm. But then down below that, we've got the Garrison army. To properly show that, I've gone ahead and done yet another report. We'll scroll down and see the Garrison army section. This is once again going to show you the total amount of troops that are garrisoned there, and those troop types along with the number of each on the right. Unfortunately, it will not show you the lineup that's being garrisoned, the difference between garrison and reinforcements. A garrison is going to be an ally sending a full march, lord and all, with commanders to basically take an attack for somebody else. If I were to hit this right here, I would first fight the garrisoned army, and then I would have to fight the original lord that I am attacking's army plus all of their troops. So in the end, it would be 2 reports for me and 1 report for each of the people that are within the battle. Continuing to scroll down, it's going to show the fortifications that need repair in their city. Down below that, you will see a hospitalized army. This is all of the troops that they currently have in their hospital, wounded. And then each individual troop type and tier associated with that, and the number of each of those on the right over here. The very next section is going to be Rallied Army. I've gone ahead and done a quick rally on my farm just to show you what it's going to look like. It's basically the same as all the others. I'm not sure why the total number here in green is 0. It should read 69, but I don't know if that's a visual glitch or not. But yeah, this is going to be the total number of troops in that hiding rally. So if someone sets up a rally, just a camp rally or any kind of rally, you will see that here. Unfortunately, there's no commanders or anything like that. You can't see that, but you can see the type, tier, and everything of the troops, and then the number off to the right over there. The very next section is going to be shelter. This is if the Lord is hiding their troops. This being the farm, I have gone ahead and thrown his troops in the shelter. As you can see, it will show the type, tier, and total of troops in there, and it will also tell you if their Lord is accompanying them in the shelter. That would mean that you cannot capture their Lord. It is hidden. Unfortunately, there is no timer for that. It will not show you how long they have them sheltered. But yes, these troops are hidden and will not be touched during an attack. The very next section is going to be the wall defense. This is almost negligible for the most part. You will basically smash through the wall toot sweet the minute you hit them. Now the next section is rather large. It's going to be the buildings. If you are maxed out, you'll be able to see all of the buildings they have built within their base and the level of said buildings off to the right. Like I said, that is a rather large section, but it will give you a pretty good idea, especially early game, of what that person looks like, how much hospitals they have, how many farms they have, etc., how many mints. So that could be nice information for you to have. All the way at the very bottom, you will find the combat rate and leadership rate of the account in question. This is quite important. You can compare that combat rate to your own. Combat rate is kind of unique in the sense that if your combat rate is higher, based on a certain percentage, it will increase your total attack. You can find that in the tavern. That's going to be this building right here next to your Sept of the Seven in the middle of your city. If you click on that and look down at the bottom, you'll see the army bonus and the battle bonus. This battle bonus here is your combat rate, and that will, like I said, increase your total attack, health, and defense based on the percentage over your opponent you have. So that can be really, really nice, just depending. So to read it out, if your battle mastery is higher than the opponent's increased attack, defense, and health by 0.025% of the battle mastery difference. So like I said, that is quite a lot of math to get done there, but based on the percentage higher you have of combat rate, it will increase your stats, what could be a significant amount. But yeah, I think that is just about going to do it for today's video, guys. As always, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, please leave a like, maybe a comment. Also hit that bell notification so you are notified when our next video comes out. I will say this video was requested by an Alliance member, a friend of mine, and I really do appreciate all the requests that you guys sent in. Like I said, if you have any more, please do so. I would love to try and make a video on it. Thanks again, and have a great day.